Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the thriving city of New London. Almost. We'll tell them that. We'll pump that out in the speakers and maybe, just maybe, they'll believe it. Let's take stock of the situation and see what we're currently facing. It turns out there are a lot of problems looming on the horizon. Number one, temperature drop is right around the corner. About a week to go, and the temperature's going to plummet another 10 degrees just for a short while. Now, I'd said, like, oh, that's not a big deal, we'll just overdrive the generator, but we've got a bigger problem. We're running out of coal. We've only got enough to last us for 9 weeks, and that's in our current stockpile, and then the district where we actually make coal is also running out, 20 weeks. When the temperature drops, that number also drops, because we're going to be consuming more, and when we overdrive the generator, we're going to consume even more. Now, there is some coal deposits here, so we'll try to get on top of that, but that's just one problem we face. The next problem would be that crime is notable, and it's because of a massive goods scarcity issue that we're having right now. There's not many goods out there, so people are fighting in the streets to get them, basically, and stealing from each other and what have you. So, in order to solve this problem, we're trying to make more materials and build our first industrial districts, the one in red. So the materials districts are the ones in yellow. They're extraction districts, but they're all doing materials, basically, and I think one's doing free prefabs. So we're still short on materials. So one of the districts is being built right now. That's going to give us 150 materials once it's done, I think. And then we're going to be activating an industrial district, which is then going to consume some of those materials. Possibly just 50, maybe more, depending on what we switch it to. I don't know yet, because you have to switch it to the goods to then see what we consume. So, hopefully that will mitigate the goods scarcity, but I don't think it's going to stop it completely. We do also have to pass one of the laws for durable goods. It does say 1 week remaining, but that's not true. I think it's like 30. It's probably just a little UI bug, because we just promised it to the Frostlanders. So, we're going to hopefully bring their relations up. We have a radicalized group here, the Pilgrims, that they've low fervor and everything, that's fine. There's only 4% of them in the city, so it's really, they don't make up a great population, but they're very pissed off, so we also got to manage that, but at least trust is good and tension is low. The last thing then to mention is that right now, sorry to interrupt the awesome music, by the way, and sorry about last episode, it was really loud. I'll try to make sure that doesn't happen. It just ramps up out of nowhere, you know, so, and trust me, it's very loud in my ears too. Okay, so the desolate coast we've just unlocked. We'll have a look out there in a moment, but we're also exploring the foothills at the moment. So we've got 15 exploration teams or Frostland teams ready to go out somewhere else or see what these things are all about. And I haven't looked at them actually yet, so we'll probably get to that first. But just worth mentioning, this symbol means resources nearly running out. This is making prefabs, and that's nearly running out. We're also slightly low on shelter. So that's pretty much all the issues we face right now. Fine, right? Not a big deal. Totally good. We're waiting on the council to open up again in a week and 4 days. Our team is 35% of the way out there, and we have 50% of the next idea done. We're actually researching factories, right? So we're trying to get better... It's the salvaging factory. Yep, we're trying to get the salvaging factory so that we can actually increase the goods output in one of the districts. They might need to be expanded first, I'm not sure. Or if they just have a building slot available, we'll be fine. The good news is the stalwarts really like us, 15% of them in the city. You know what I mean by that anyway. 50% of the city are made up of stalwarts, and then 46% of New Londoners. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Let's go and explore and see what's going on up here. So, we're still obviously on the hunt for oil. Overall, 114 weeks at the current rate of oil, coal left, based on what we're extracting and what we could extract. So, let's check our surrounding ones first. The mangled cart. Among debris in a mangled cart, we found an old navigation log. We can't wander forever. If we can only get through this canyon, then we can set up a permanent base next to the oil. The cart holds a large number of cores, so we can salvage the parts. It'll take 5 teams and we bring back 3 cores, or we can come back later. Boom. The old dreadnought where we did our prologue. A ruined machine lies across a crevasse. Wagons spilled into the nearby snow. There are clear signs that people have come and gone from the site, even storing goods here, but what amazed our scouts the most is the huge quantity of readily available oil. This could be the fuel source we've been searching for. We found oil. We'll be able to build a new colony on the site. We'll come back later. We'll click that in a moment. Oh yeah, now it's lit up yellow. So yeah, there was the icon over it, so I felt like I kind of knew what we were getting into there. Plus, you can actually see it, which is awesome, by the way, the fact that you can do that. Can't zoom all the way in like we could before, but maybe later, if we set up the colony, I don't know. And then we have the oil cistern. A tanker filled with oil hangs in a narrow crevasse. Crevice, not crevasse, crevice. It'll be dangerous to extract without specialized equipment. Send regular workers, mountaineers, or come back later. So we'll have to leave that till later. I don't know if you'll ever... Well, we'll see if oil runs out as well, like the way coal does. The way they talk about it, it's kind of more like a really, really long-term source. But I guess it all depends on the amount. Alright, so first thing we'll do... Salvage the parts. It's going to take 5 teams. How much does this take? Well, let's just click this. So the place might finally provide the fuel we've been hoping for. There she is, the old dreadnought. But actually... Shouldn't this be all built up right now? The Wanderers, right? Oil tombs. On the broken shore lies an old, derelict dreadnought. It seems to have been upgraded to run on oil, as it rests beside rich deposits. Perhaps the site was a refueling station. But deep in the black pools lie rows of frozen bodies, wrapped in shrouds and placed in the still wells. Our scouts shudder at the sight. These oil deposits would surely solve our fuel needs, but we would have to desecrate these graves to access all of them. Wow, okay, so remove the bodies. We'll need all the fuel, so more oil deposits will become available. Or respect the dead. Leave them there, and we'll only be able to use the vacant ones. No, I'm going to take everything, thank you. I don't know why you're putting bodies in oil in the first place. Also, is this what happened to my old group? They just died anyway? I thought maybe because of what we did, we'd find some population here and bring them into the fold, but not looking good. Remove the bodies, please. Oh, maybe they'll come back, because it did say they wander around, actually. And if they come back, they might realize we desecrated the bodies. Well, they'll just have to get over it. We needed the oil. Okay, oil will save the city, but we need to adapt our generator to use it. That's almost definitely what's going to happen, isn't it? Anyway, in the meantime, we'll need to establish a reliable supply. It's time we settled beyond New London, create a colony at the old dreadnought, and connect it with a solid trail to New London. Only then can supply be assured. This will save the city. So, to do that, we need to connect a path. That's 20 teams, which you don't actually have right now. 100 prefabs and 1 steam core. Now, I've got no cores either, so we'll have to bring the cores back first, and then we send colonists or connect the path, I guess. And you do that by building the little trail thing down here, which also requires heat stamps every waypoint that you build. Okay, we'll get to that. It's obviously our main priority, but might as well, just while we have the teams, get the 3 cores back. Can we do anything here? Nope. Can we explore anywhere else? I don't think so. I think they all require 20. So we'll wait for this to open up, and then we'll just explore around here as well. Don't want to rush into things before we're ready. Also, actually, while we're on the subject, let's expand this district. But we need more workforce. Okay, I'll have to wait for... I'll tell you what. A really interesting, unique view in the game is these views, right? So we can have a look at how much heat we're consuming in every single district. So obviously we can see that the food districts are 60, 60, and 36. I'm going to turn off 2 of them. We're making a surplus of food. We have 15,000 in stockpile. We're totally fine to free up the workforce and lower the heat demand, thus saving coal. Just making sure it wasn't going to delete the whole thing there. Okay, so that's freed up 1,200 workforce. It's kind of crazy, but food takes 600 workforce when you activate it. I'm assuming this is showing because I haven't let time play yet. So, we're now eating into food, but it's going to last 20 weeks. So that's fine. We'll turn one back on later. Now, let's get frost breaking. I want to expand our logistics area out here. We don't want to really expand it this way. I want to maybe just expand naturally here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 3 tiles to expand a district. So that should work, I think. And then we're uncovering this area too. Now, I'm going to do more expansion. We're going to need more housing. And we left this area previously. It's perfect for it. Can we actually build one right now? No. But I can just about see... I think... Oh man, it's hard to see. I think there's 3 spots there. So let's go... Maybe here? Alright. Wait a second. The tooltip is showing... I think the tooltips are a bit bugged. Because for some reason it just says frozen forest, tons of like material. That's not true, right? That's definitely bugged. Okay, fine. Might be the first one I've really noticed. Alright, so there's 8 tiles around this district. We should be able to build a new district in there and get a nice big heat bonus. So that's 2 frost breaking going. Anything else that we need to do? We just let time play finally? Alright. I think we're good. It's the best I can do for now. We'll have to wait for the council to open back up. We're now gaining coal, at least. Until the temperature, of course, drops, then I'm guessing we're going to be losing coal. And also, when these districts come online... How much is that going to be taking? It's going to be taking 30 heat, and this one will be taking 0 for now. How are the people? At least tension's low, and trust is high. I mean, that's pretty good. I was reading as well, actually, that in the laws screen, just really quickly, we'll have a look at this. Oh, we're actually just about to get another one. In the rule category, it says rule laws require 2/3 majority to pass. Communities will vote based on their relations. In times of high tension, they'll be more inclined to support you, giving you more power. I haven't actually looked... Oh, actually, I didn't even realize that they are linear. Captain's authority, so you can work your way all the way down. So I guess when things get bad, maybe we could try pass these votes. It's kind of interesting, though. It says it requires 2/3 majority, and it's based on their relations. So as long as we keep people happy, we can do it. But it also says if things are really bad, people might allow you to do it, too. I guess if you just have a majority, maybe with one of the groups, you can maybe push things through.
A deep freeze is incoming. Ignore at your peril.
Deep freeze is incoming. So, negative 225. We've got 1 week of coal left. We're still extracting it there. We need another extraction district on coal, ultimately. Like, we just need to get that going. Alright, so. Now, this is kind of an annoying one because... 1... 2, we won't actually be able to get a third tile to link to here. They're like separated groups. So even if I went like this, you'd think that would be, you know, a big bonus of heat, but it's actually not enough to get any bonus because it's 3 separate bonuses that we're touching on and we're not completing any of them, which is a big disappointment. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we can maybe add on to it and expand it in the future or something, but that will just be what we need for now. That'll get us our next coal ready to go. Also, this frost breaking is done, right? So we need more heat stamps to expand the district. We'll wait for that. And that's been done, completed as well. Alright, so if heat stamps is our bottleneck, maybe a shakedown is in order. Can we do this yet? We need... This action is too soon. 14 weeks to go. Damn. What about you guys? They'll give me 117 right now. Yes. They're still happy. They're devoted. So if we just have a quick look again, I just wanted to remember how good can it get. Devoted is as good as it gets. Okay, good. Good. Love it. I want everyone to be devoted to me. We also need to pass that law, the durable goods law. Maybe we should think about doing that now. Survival. Goods. So the durable goods, in order to make the best use of scarce resources, will focus on producing sturdy and easily repairable goods, supported by the Frostlanders and Pilgrims, and the Frostlanders are the ones that have asked me to do it. We can propose the law. Many more are against it, though. It could go our way, but I think we've promised them that we'll pass it, not that we'll floor it. So we need to ensure it passes, so we'll have to do a little negotiation. So let's do that. Now, the Stalwarts is against their worldview. We have a promise with the Frostlanders, but they're mostly for it anyway. That's kind of annoying. The promise is to pass this. And they won't negotiate. But it's like, well... Yeah, it's a little chicken and egg kind of scenario there. I should be able to bribe you, the rest of you, because it is your promise, ultimately. Anyway, the Pilgrims, they want this. There's only 4 of them, though. And they're all for it anyway. Alright, New Londoners, then. It's the only people we can kind of talk with. Vote for, please. So, an actuated heat dispenser, a chemical hothouse, or a machine-centric shift law. Research and hold a vote, or just research. I think research is a little easier. Increased heat demand. Heat dispatching control center, where engineering teams use automated actuators to tune up district heating. It requires workforce, so it's a building that goes into a district and provides 40 heat. Doesn't require any coal? It might, because you'd assume you don't just get free heat, but maybe, if it's just more efficient. It boosts the generator's output, so... Okay. The next one is a chemical hothouse. You get more food back, but it increases your heat demand. Don't like that. And I don't really like the idea of adding Well, this adds squalor as well. Unlocks the excessive fertilization district ability, which increases food output and disease. I'm gonna go with this one. Just seems a bit more up my alley right now. So I'll promise you guys we'll research that. I don't have to build it. I think that's fair. Alright, get the vote in. This charade. Easy. Alright, relations have improved with the Frostlanders. Trust rises. Excellent. Yes, they're no longer red, which I guess is good. Leave time playing. Now, it's worth mentioning some of our Frostland groups... Oh no, actually I don't think any of them are...
Attention.
None of the Frostland groups are actually on the fishing thing, right? Yeah, it is fishing. The extra food. Oh, it is. Five. Okay. 67,000 food remaining. Good. I missed that bulletin there. My bad. We really need to save on coal. Oh, yeah. Overdrive. Okay, it's only -3. We just bought ourselves 71 weeks. Now, the temperature's going to rise again soon, so that is actually okay. Production will slow down if we make goods like this. Don't be worried about it. The goods are going to be fantastic. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, this is done. Switch it now to goods production. So now we're making -50, so that's better. That's alright. Could be better. Even better. Once our tech is done, we can place that building in. We could go crazy and build another district, though, potentially. We're lacking a little bit of workforce. Only a little bit, though. So if we just tone down food yet again, saving yet on more coal, giving us a positive coal surplus. And then open up this, we can go industrial district. Now, an interesting thing here would be 1, 2, 3. That's a heat bonus. This wouldn't be. Or we could just simply get this and expand it. And go 1, 2, 3 in here. That wouldn't give us any heat bonus though. So we go like something like that. And then we could build onto it maybe in the future. My gut tells me it'd be good to have one focus on goods and one on prefab, so I think we need to build a second one. And I'll leave that little gap of 3 there. So 1, 2, 3 gives us a heat bonus on this one. 1, 2, 3. So that's 6, and then we can maybe build off that way. Alright, a second industrial district then. This one's focused on goods. We could do emergency shifts to help us, but I'll just leave it. I'm waiting for that building. We'll slot the building in. Hopefully it'll be okay. We're actually totally even now for materials, so this will start consuming yet more materials. And what I want to do is frost break out here, because we have a perfect opportunity to get a nice big heat bonus there too. We're building up our coal. Nice, good. We can leave coal offline, the district, until this one runs out, because we're actually still positive. Heat stamps. Stewart, we're struggling with heat stamps. A group of stalwarts have come forward with an idea on how to solve it. We should pass the mass-produced goods. Let us pursue it, and the city will benefit. The stalwarts look with distrust at what their communities propose. Oh, sorry, the other communities. They would surely appreciate you getting behind their idea. Investigate a solution. Relations marginally improve with the stalwarts, or relations worsen. Now, they're already maxed out, pretty much. I think they can probably have one of those parades or whatever they have, if you get them really over the edge and make them really happy. But they're only 15% of the city. I don't know. Mass-produced goods. Didn't we just pass the law? I don't think I can hide this. This would be one of the problems I feel like with the game. I need to look at what these laws do, really. Because I don't know. I don't want to commit to a promise if I don't really know. Mass-produced goods, 60 weeks. Can we hover over it? That's a tough one to make me... to throw that in front of me and not tell me what it does, you know? And if we've already just put a vote... I feel like the other vote we just did was against that, so I'm just going to say no. That was a tiny trust thing, and they're still super happy. So it's okay. That's the correct decision on that. But yeah, what I'd like to do just really quickly, explore laws. The goods laws, right? Mass-produced goods. Yeah, we just passed the other version of it. So I can see why they're asking for it, but I just didn't know. Goods demand is decreased, but they're preferring to put out more goods. Interesting. Yeah, I think they'll get over it. We made the other guys happy, and they're still really happy anyway, so it's all fine. Alright, I need to get... I'll have to go in between episodes and really read most of those laws to get very familiar with them. I think I'm familiar with most of them. But just for events like that where you're just unsure. Alright, the idea is just done. Salvaging factory. New idea proposed by the Frostlanders. And I would agree. So we've actually just run out of prefabs here. Deactivated. Now, that's deactivated. Does that mean we lose the heat bonus that this place would have been getting? I've also noticed another bug in the game, which is district proximity effects. So this overlay, it shows 0 on all of the district effects. But if you hover over it, it shows you actually what you're getting. So we're getting 40. So it really should show... You know, well, it's interesting. It's like the heat demand is 0, but the blue icon would make you feel like, oh, I guess it's not that wrong. Never mind then. I guess it is kind of correct, but it's like, it doesn't really show me unless I hover over everything what the district proximity effects are. So in some ways, it's a bit misleading. It's almost like it should just say plus, like a negative 40 to heat or something would be the best way to show it, I think. Anyways. Just one of those small things. So I was just wondering if we're still getting that now that the district is actually offline here. I don't think so, because this one doesn't have a benefit anymore. And it would have been next to a district. Yeah, so that's gone now. So that means we may as well just dismantle this. It's never going to do anything else. So demolish, we get heat stamps and prefabs back. Yep. I hope I'm right with that. Let me know if I'm not, if you think you know better on that one. Right, so this has just gone up as well. We're going to deactivate that just for now. So keep our materials in surplus so we can stockpile them. We don't need the coal district from there just yet. And that saves us the workforce. And we've got heat stamps. We should be able to build that building. Industrial salvaging factory. There it is. Alright, so the salvaging factory. 180 heats. Well, that was the construction. The requirements are 400 workforce and 40 materials. So we only have a surplus of 10 now. Interestingly, it's... The building's only been built, and we've already lost that surplus. It's kind of annoying. It took a few weeks. It's going to take a few weeks to build. Surely you should let me stockpile even for longer. But it's almost like it's consuming the materials while it's building. It's like, all right. Feels a little unfair, but okay. Now, did we expand this district yet? No, we need more heat stamps. Okay, that's definitely the next thing we'll do. And then we also need to build that housing district. So those are the next two things. We could shake down the new Londoners, but we have to wait for them to be... Yeah, 10 more weeks to go. Alright. Anything else we could be doing? The exploration teams are still out there. Has our cores arrived? Our cores have arrived, and we've got 15 doing nothing. But I don't think they can do anything. Connect the path. We need heat stamps and a bunch of things for that, so we'll just have to wait until this is unlocked. Alright, feeling good. Feel like I'm on top of things. I don't know what... I know I play a bit slow, obviously. I get very immersed in these games. I like to take my time and really think about the decisions, and honestly, these are real people to me. So I always find it crazy when you see people just playing on triple speed and they have like all these issues and they're like, ah, whatever. It's like, man, I could never do that. Now, we've just finished the expansion of this new district, sorry, the building of this district. So this one's making prefabs. We could switch it to goods, and now we're actually positive on goods. And we've finished our building. So if you wanted to have a look at it... Oh, that's just the normal one. Can we have a look at the individual building we put in? I don't know. I think this is it here, the factory, right? Oh yeah, there it is. Yes. We can see it doing its thing. Factory is cranking out the goods. As we'd expect. So we've got them both on goods, which means we're low on prefabs. We'll have to put one on prefabs, right? We just ultimately have to, because we're kind of out of them. We need them to connect up to things. Now, we generate a little bit of prefabs, 32 per week. It's okay. Wow, we just got a big bonus right there. It just went up by like 100. What happened? No idea what happened there. It just shot up. Good. Oh, we dismantled the thing. Yeah, got it. Sorry. God, I'm such an idiot. All right. Well, we've got that amount for now. I'm just going to stockpile a little bit of goods. Let that crime go all the way down. Let's bring it out. Get it out of here. And, I do want a frost break here because we're going to need materials. That's about to run out. And when that runs out, this runs out. So that's kind of imperative, actually. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. We'll slam another one in there. Is that right? Because if we go up on this side... Bear with me one second. My thought process was, we've got two districts here. What we could do is go one tile there, so to connect here, one here to connect there and there. Oh, actually, this would connect to all three anyway. Is that how that works? No, because you're only yeah. even though it's connecting 3 tiles, you still only get the 1 benefit. You get the benefit per tile, not per what you connect to. So that's why I was hoping like 1, 2, 3. That'd be our 3, and then we could go 4, 5, 6, and we get like another 3. But the problem there is we'd have to frost break on both sides at the same time. But I think it might be worth doing, because it is a long-lasting effect. Yeah. Alright, so we're frost breaking 2 areas out there. It's a lot of heat stamps, so we need that to get the oil, but I don't know. I'm trying to prioritize things that will diminish the issues that we currently face, and we'll fix the coal issues later. We're still eating into our food. We could reduce food now even further. I need to save on that coal, just until the temperature comes back up. We've got 19 weeks.
Do not succumb to wasteful fashion. A well-made coat is always in style.
Alright, we're just about to unlock the Frostland. And there we go. Foothills. Nope, it's still going actually. There we go. The battered foothills. Alright, so let's see what we got. A rusted engine. The jettisoned secondary engine of a dreadnought. Under its hull, we found a core. An irreproducible component from before the frost that we can use to power our most advanced technology. Fissures in the ice suggest the dreadnought traveled to the frozen bay a long time ago. Dismantle the wreck. 5 teams, 2 cores. We don't really need that right now. Let's check. An old observatory. The towering structure often attracts outcasts and scavengers who would rather live together in cold isolation than follow the laws of New London. The settlement has been in decline since the collapse of the observation tower. Some may be willing to reconsider their situation and join us in the city. So escort willing team. So 2,200 come. Convince them all. We need a new and stable source of heat in New London to be convincing to all of them. Or just come back later. So maybe we can get just a few and then come back later. I hope it doesn't lock us out completely. Because they obviously want the oil and then more of them will come. Didn't it say, though, we needed people to set up this thing? Yeah, you have to send colonists. I wonder how many people we need. And then finally we have the abandoned coal mine. A mining complex inhabited by children a long time ago. Over the years they grew older and became citizens of New London. The last miners were ordered home by the captain. But we know some coal remains in the shafts. The approach trail is in poor condition, but we found a warehouse with prefabs the captain intended us to use to improve it. We could take them, or leave them in place if you want to use the mine again. Oh yeah, use the mine again. We could get 300 prefabs, or keep the prefabs for trail maintenance or come back later. Definitely do that. Using the mine will take fewer Frostland teams. An outpost here could increase our supply by 250 coal until it runs out. Awesome. That'd be great. That would fix the coal issue. Just like that. Although we have another district that I'm not turning on, but still. Connect the trails. So, how much money do we have? 43. Unfortunately, we have to connect it all the way down there. If we hooked up the other outpost, we could have just connected to here. We haven't done that yet. This is probably still more practical. So how much money do we need? We're going to need 100 heat stamps. We have everything else. Alright. So, in the meantime, I suppose, dismantle the wreck, get your 2 cores, and then come back. We've got 25 teams. We could even start exploring elsewhere, although threat levels are dangerous. I feel like we need to get them better gear. I don't want to lose people. The high pass. It's all deadly, isn't it? This isn't, actually. And it only requires 10 teams. Let's do it. And we can find coal. So once a small port operated here to ferry materials to the generator's construction, now it's lost to pressing ice. Scouts say they can still hear the grunts and cries of men heaving heavy steam cores ashore. Let's go. Alright. Still freezes up with 10 teams for the other things that we need in future. Really would like to get the money out of these guys. We still have coal for a little while before we switch districts, and this is still doing its thing. Now, it's worth mentioning, this district of coal has a building in it, getting more coal out than the other one. Hey, it's Sue Miller again. She's 12, a pupil, doing her reading assignment. The rabbit took a watch out of its waistcoat pocket. How come no one shanked him and took it? Are rabbits even real? Gotta ask Miss. Oh, man. School. Reading's hard, but it's fun, and you rarely get cut. Mabel whines it don't help scouts in the Frostland. And how do they read them maps? Is what I answered that tosser. That's a good comeback. One day I'll write books myself with plenty of sword fights and no snow. Oh, there we go. Hey, reformed. Mandatory school promises a better future. That's a good event. Love it, right? No one died. No one was shanked. She might still be thinking about it, but it's all good. Alright, materials district is really what I'd like to do. And then we're just going to go for the Frostland stuff. Because we're just low on the materials right now. I don't really know how we're... So you can have a deficit of materials. Oh yeah, it says 140 is reserved for the other factories. And then you just have the deficit. So this doesn't go down. Oh, that's pretty good then. So this would build up squalor. So it's growing. That actually makes me change my mind a bit. It's not that bad. We can't have everything balanced all the time forever. At least early on, I doubt it. We could go with more housing if we want to bring those 2,000 people in. Or we could have more... We could expand this district to have more teams available. Oh man, I don't know what to do next. Food is rapidly declining, right? 5 weeks until we have to turn those back on. And also, we have new research that we can start with. Maybe we should spend our heat stamps on that. Frostland. Harvester, hangars, skywest. I'm going to just take a moment. We're going to pause here. I'm going to read over all my options. Alright, so basically I've looked over all our options, consulted with the various communities, and decided that we're going to do nothing. Basically, we need to get the heat dispatcher, or rather the actuated heat dispatcher. We just need to research the idea. We don't have to build it, but it does cost 100 heat stamps to do that. The reason we need to is because we've promised it to the new Londoners. We don't want to piss them off. We need them to get a bunch of money out of them later. So I want to keep them as happy as possible. So we'll wait. It's still going to be about 10 weeks before we can get that money out of them, but that will be okay. Now, it says 1 week here. That's just a UI bug. When we let the game play, it actually tells us there's 31 weeks to fulfill that promise. Okay, so 31 weeks is plenty of time. In the meantime, we're going to spend the money on building a new housing district and bring in those extra families. So let's do that. So we already did some frost breaking out this way, and we can get these really weird, awkward tiles here. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. That is 3 levels of adjacent heat. That's right, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's 6. And then we can kind of expand it further to get more heat later on. Let's agree. It's actually, sorry, not 3, but it's 2 heat and 1 load of extra shelter, so 10 extra housing, which is nice. So we'll get that built, so let time play. That's going to put more strain on our coal for now, but we can, with the extra people we take in, which I don't know if it's going to be instant or not, but once this gets to about halfway, we'll take them in. Once we take in those people, we can activate that coal. That should meet all the heat demand before our little coal thing runs out here in 16 weeks. With the given time, we should have enough money to shake these guys down or just start researching that idea as well. So hopefully, that's a decent plan of attack, but I don't like leaving the idea tree not doing anything for so long, but it has to be... It's just the way it is for now. But I'm pretty happy with this. We actually resolved crime. It's absent. Stable. We solved crime. Squalor is minor, but it is growing. And disease, as a result, also. Well, it's actually stable, but it is present. I'd rather it not be present. We don't have any laws deciding on what we do with disease. Also, the temperature is about to climb really soon, so that's looking good too. This is a really weird district, right? It's like all built into the cliffs, utilizing that shelter. So bonus 10 shelter, I think a bonus 40 heat. Actually see them right in the edge there. Sweet. It looks like the center... No, it does. Yeah, it is filled. I was going to say, it looks like it's not filled, but it definitely is. All zigzagging around each other. That's how you do it. That's how you get them bonuses. Them boni. Alright, how are we doing for heat? Heat stamps. We're almost back up to 100. Guess we'll just let time play a little faster for a moment. Right, so that's done. So that's a bonus to shelter. Everyone's catered for. No one's cold. Love to see it. We can actually just activate this district right now. Why not? I suppose because it consumes materials would be the main reason. But it does give us a bonus to coal. Alright, I won't activate it if we really don't need it. Let's now talk to these guys and escort willing Frostlanders back. And hopefully we can come back here once we have oil to get the rest. 2,283. Ah, invite the remaining. Perfect. That's what we'd like to see. So now they're on their way. As soon as they arrive, Well, actually, now we can do that next research. So the actuated heat dispatcher, research the idea, 20 weeks to go. And this says it needed to be done within 26 weeks. So we're good. Totally good. Now, I forgot to mention, our objective has changed. Black gold. Establish a colony at the old dreadnought and transfer at least 75 oil output to New London. So we need to get everything in place to do that. We have to set up our trails. So we need a good amount of prefabs coming in. And we need a good amount of heat stamps, which will shake these guys down and will give us a sizable amount. It says 1 day. Relations significantly worsen. Why can't we do it? It seems to have refreshed just now. 392. They've fallen to neutral, but that's totally fine. We have this relation to spend. That's how I see it. And the people have arrived. 2,474. Now, we could bring back the coal, or we could start bringing them all the way out to here straight away. I think it's probably safer to bring the coal back. Is there any other problems right now? No. Heat's okay. That district came online. It didn't even affect heat at all, actually. So that was brilliant. But food isn't, right? We've got a hungry population. So now it makes me think, maybe we should send them off. Or we could just reactivate these. Temperature's about to come back up. Let's send them off. And I guess how many do we need? Would be the next question. So we have to connect the path first. Okay. So I guess here. And then we can jump all the way down here. And there. And then in. So that's 100 heat stamps, 20 prefabs, 10 scout teams. Going to take 4 weeks. As they build the trail. Alright, if that's the case then, we should activate whatever's going to give us the most food. That's 21, that's 55. And this is 55. Okay, let's reactivate it. Our goods is now basically evened out, but we're going to be consuming some of our stockpile of goods. Still negative 82. We got to turn it all back on then. And we're still low on food. God damn. Alright, looks like food districts will be the next to be increased then. Big negative to coal. But temperature's about to jump any moment. 15 registered as sick, don't worry about that. So dangerous, so generous of them to donate, indeed. Heat dispatches will be good, I guess. Especially when the temperature drops again in the future. We're at negative 256 now. Cold is going to start growing. Or we could activate another district. It's at negative 98, so it'll grow, but not quite as quick. Although this one's about to actually fully run out. 1 week remaining. But 1 week remaining really until week 100. It's 3 weeks remaining. Until the temperature rises again. What a fun balancing act. Alright, so they're back. We need to hook this up as well. Connect the trails. But this requires 10 teams, so obviously we can't do that actually yet. We have to wait for the other trail to finish. That's why I was expanding that district, or wanted to. Don't think we actually ever did it. I think food is probably more of a priority right now, although we could just do both. 1, 2, 3.
The pilgrims offer their services as guides to all travelers. They will share their knowledge of
That's so cool.
law.
The pilgrims offer their services as guides for all travelers. Does that mean the route is done? No, not quite yet. Alright, so maybe we could expand one of these districts? Pop a building in there, maybe? Do we have any buildings for food? I don't think so. It's either that or just build straight up another district. We're only a little bit low on food. We're going to be sending these guys away anyway, so food's going to go back down. When's the next population cycle? Not for a long time. I don't want to rush into food. We'll let them go a little hungry, just for a little bit. This district can be deleted. That district's done now. Does this one have a building? It does have a building slot. We could, with the extra stuff, put in the blasting coal mine in here as well. So that just kind of replaces one district for the other. And that's going to get dismantled. Okay, we're at negative 600 coal. Totally planned that. But in 4 or 5 days, the temperature jumps back up, and hopefully things will be a little bit better. Don't freak out. Nell Sinkfield, 38, a housewife. Worried about her son, looking for a culprit. Little Joey's been coughing all night. His forehead's as hot as a generator. It's them Turners. I know it's them. They got that new flu. And here they are strolling about the neighborhood, carrying on with their business. They're killing people. That's what they're doing. Ugh. Oh, please, Lord Almighty, I can't stand to lose another child. Someone's got to get through to them. Alright, there's no law preventing, discussing contagions or anything like that. We don't have to pass anything, but something will probably happen if we don't. The diseases decrease and shelter demand per capita is slightly increased. A supported quarantine or infectious badges. Supported by the pilgrims. These guys want, the stalwarts want people to wear badges. I don't want to go down the badge wearing route. Let's just not go down that route. Supporting quarantine. Got a bit stun locked, to be honest. I kind of just want to wait for the temperature to come back up and then no one's going to be sick and then we don't have to make any rules. Can't we just do it that way? Warmer season. We're still at negative 200. We have enough teams now to connect the trails and get this coal coming back in. So let's get that going. It's super necessary right now. 4 weeks to get that built. We've connected the other side, by the way. So now we'll say send colonists, but we can't. Why? Requires 20 Frostland teams just to send them. Oh, damn. Alright. We'll get that back once that trail's done. District's almost expanded. I don't know how many we get when the district finishes. 30? What do we have right now? So now there's 10. Total of 35. The 15 for the building and 20 for the district. So we got an additional 5. Okay. Alright, so once that trail's done, then we're good. And we can send these people away. Then the food demand won't be so bad, and then the heat can come back up. Is that the way we're doing it? I think it is. What's the problem here? Resource deposit nearly depleted, and they're making... Oh, it was the deposit of prefabs. I see. Yeah, that's pretty bad, and we're also still overdriving it. That's really bad. How did I let it get so bad? Has that blasting furnace been placed in there? It actually has, and it's still this bad? 330 output. Oh no, okay, we balanced it. God, yeah, I was thinking like, what's going on? Alright. Perfectly balanced. Not stockpiling, but we're not losing anything either. Love it. So cold is gone. Boom, just like that. That was easy. Somehow just all worked out. Squalor's still growing. Crime is stable. Even though goods are good. What's the problem then? Why is crime slightly increased by feral children? But they should be all in school. And the population size hasn't increased. It just rises with increase. Okay. It just... So the more people, the more crime. I guess so. Even if they've all got jobs and stuff. Significantly decreased by the guard squads. Yeah, it'd be nice to get some more guard squads. Can we do that again? This is their special one, right? No, this is the one. Mobilize enforcers. It's too soon to perform it again. 10 more weeks. Okay. Still waiting on that trail to be finished. Let's just speed up time. Done. Trail's done. Now, are they permanently assigned to that trail? Because we didn't get the teams back. Fishing Village 5. Abandoned Mine Outpost 10. Oh, right. They worked the outpost. Shipping by trail 10. So we actually don't need them right now. So just power that down. That gives us back our 20. Now we can connect up these guys. So send the colonists out here. So 20 teams, 100 prefabs, 1 core. Just before I'm ready to do that, we are currently balanced for coal. So I don't need the 250 from outside the place just yet. Although it'd be good to get it. But technically don't need to set that up and activate those teams. There's more people here. And we're currently exploring out this way, the approach. It's not done yet, though. Okay, just good to get a handle on all that. So send the colonists. We can establish a colony. Oil, prefabs. Off you go. Because we're hurting for food, so get out of here. 3,000. I didn't even see that number. Okay, 3,000 colonists are leaving. How does that handle... How are we fixed now for our districts? Is everything going to be crippled? Oh my god, it is. Everything's gone down to 80%. Okay. But... Housing's good. Food is actually on the positive. Materials negative. Goods is positive. What would happen if we turned that off? Alright, so that's an industrial district offline. Coal is positive, housing is positive, food's positive, materials could be better. Now, the plan was to build a material district out here. So let's do that. Pausing time. 1. Oh, I didn't unlock that side yet. Damn. Oh, we need to do that then, don't we? I thought I did. Oh, yeah, I did. Sorry, my bad. I'm just getting confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 2 bonuses in total. 1 for our own district, 1 for the district we're combining with. Do we not get 2 for our own district? One, 2, 3. So that's 1 for me and 1 for them. Oh, and nice. We're doubling it up actually twice. 1, 2, 3. Cool. So it's a bonus of 80 in total. That's why I did it that way. Right, yeah, so workforce is kind of the big problem now. It's interesting the way it lowered the priority of everything, except, and even on housing districts, it's lowered itself down. And we're still positive. That's interesting the way it did that. Dynamic, it was very good, because it kept the priority on coal. Which we're just stockpiling now, for the next rainy season. Also, we just unlocked that building, right? Oh no, we haven't got it yet, have we not? 55%, okay, we'll have to wait. This is a... Oh, whoops. We'll have to turn down the generator. Forgot about that. Generator wear is dangerously high. The stress levels are running dangerously high. We've been pushing it into overdrive for a long time now. If we don't let it cool off and rest, the pipes will burst, and the core may leak or melt down. Repairing it will require significant resources, not to mention the inevitable human casualties. Turn it off. Alright, risk of accident at 80%. It's off now though, right? So now we're consuming coal again, negative 89. Got it. It all makes sense now. What we really need then is more Frostland teams. Although once that other colony is set up, maybe we'll get them back, I'm not sure. But it does seem like we should just be spending the heat stamps to get out to one of our other outpost points. So there's one there. That would have been perfect to send the coal off. We've already built the trail into this one, so it's fine, I suppose. Maybe, again, connecting there would have been good too. This one's pretty close. That one's a bit further out. I think I'll try to go for this one then. But that's going to require 200 workforce. We'll have to lower it down on something. Alright, let's lower it down on food again. Alright, 200 workforce, so we can start working our way out that way. Oh, nice. Good. Build that district then soon. We could also put another building in here to get 15 extra people. I just didn't think I should do it in this 2 in the same place. But 15 requires 446 more workforce. Oh, sorry, 500 workforce total. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, so we have a little bit of deficit for heat, and a little bit more when this gets built. But we'll be bringing in oil soon. There's the trail. That's so cool. They're about halfway. Is there anything else done? Oh yeah, out here it's done now. The approach. Crashed transport. An old coal-hauling crawler half buried in snow. It appears the transport's navigation devices were tampered with, and its charts were inaccurate. Graffiti has been etched onto one side. New London leeches. Regardless of what happened here, the coal is ours for the taking. Collect it. 5 teams, 50,000 straight into the stockpile. Absolutely. That's exactly what we need. Just before we commit to that, how big can our stockpile be? 50,000. Go for it. Perfect. I mean, I knew exactly what was going to happen, so I'm strategic genius. Bring it back. That's only 5 teams. Didn't even check this one. The whale mine. Multiple pods of whales froze here after being pursued by humanity's last whaling vessels into the freezing harbor. The scouts are amazed at the sight of the massive bodies made pale by the ice. Finally, I found my white whale. The scout commander jokes. No one laughs. That's awesome. No one laughed. Years ago, the captain sent a team with machines to bore through the ice and mine out whale meat. You can take the machines back to New London to assist our extraction, or send the new team here to finish the job. We can build a food outpost here or take the machines. Need 10 teams. We'll probably do that. keep our food going, but we'll leave it just for now. We're getting close to the end of the episode. I'd like to see that coal make its way back and make our way out to the new outpost, and then we'll call it a day, I think. What do we got? Sick neighbors, no common rules. Oh, someone's gonna die, aren't they, if we don't do something. Steward, this morning a house has been found walled off from the rest of its neighborhood. The inhabitants escaped after a while, but they found that local shops and amenities refused to service them. I don't know who did it, but it's for the best, I tell you. Them people got all sorts of bugs. The place is healthier without them, claimed a local pub owner. The latest spread of influenza has indeed hit the district hard and people are on edge. Maybe we ought to define common rules for this to appease tensions. Disease is significantly decreased with one... Oh, yeah, we'll just commit to doing it. You'll have 30 weeks to pass either. Yeah, okay. Dismissing it worsens relations with all communities. We'll figure it out. Quarantine's the way we're going to go. Just a minute. I just don't want to be promising things for that vote. And we don't want to have a vote that doesn't pass. It's inefficient. More Frostland teams, I think, are needed. But without hurting our need for heat, it would just be good to get more workforce out there. Alright, at least food is positive, housing's positive, materials are positive, and goods are positive. I mean, that's great. How good is that? The only thing is that coal isn't. But we're bringing 50,000 in, so we'll just eat from our stockpile for a while. And then I'll figure out what we're going to do next. Where is that, by the way? It's taking its sweet-ass time. It's so cool. I wish you could actually see them kind of moving on the ice. I know it's a bit much to ask, but you can't zoom any further than this. You can see the old pier that we're getting our food from, actually, right now. The fishing village. You can just about see it. Generator is disabled. Alright, let's just speed up. It's not much for me to do, really. We're just lacking workforce. And I'm waiting on research. What do we got? A program war. Mandatory school. Stuart, people are increasingly arguing over the curriculum taught in schools. Some think we should reduce theoretical knowledge and provide more survival training. We're filling these kids' heads with the numbers and useless junk, complained an angry trapper. We ought to take them out on field trips to hunt. Others argue for the exact opposite. We need to teach children how to think and come up with solutions, new solutions, instead of perpetuating outdated practices, says an engineer. What should we do? Balance, I would say. But it marginally worsens all communities. Focus on science. Mandatory school increases research speed even more. What's mandatory school, though? Just generally. Okay. So it'll increase research speed. Oh, yeah, that's what we have, I guess. Relations improve with New Londoners and the stalwarts, or focus on survival training. No longer increases research speed, but provides food. People going to school provides food instead, because they go out and... That's interesting. I like the research speed buff. I'm not really... I'm more capped, but research speed is kind of almost capped by the amount of money I have, more than anything, but... I think we need to lead into the science, I suppose. I'm going with either one of those. It's like, yeah, go out and do a bit of survival, but also you should really probably focus on progress. Alright, we'll go with that one. Just based on what we get. It's going to annoy the others, but... It is what it is. At least we speed up research. We can get more ideas done and make them happier in the progress, or in as a result of that. I thought hypotenuse went extinct decades ago. That's funny. Hippopotenuse. We have just arrived, pretty much here, but the old dreadnought furnace is still under construction, and our guys are just about coming back. So annoyed they have to go squiggle all the way around just so they can get in. God damn. I wish they could maybe actually when we build that we can just connect it to the trail and it's quicker. That might be a thing. Because you can kind of build them at any time, right? And there's all these different waypoints to connect to. So it does seem like that is the case. Oh wait, actually they did just arrive. It's fine. Seems like they just came in. Okay, cool. Although we haven't got it yet. Oh, that's it. That's done. We're up to 50,000. So now we've got enough that'll last us 125 weeks. And we have that other colony that we can pull in coal from. Alright, that was kind of, you know, I was anticlimactic. I was expecting like some, like, hey, 50,000 coal has just arrived. But I guess it's just here. So, good, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna have to call it there. We've gone long enough. Bit messy, this one. I feel like things are getting kind of out of control. It's hard to keep up with everything. There's, like, so much to pay attention to, right? But next episode, you know, recalibrate again. Look at our options, decide where to go from. And, yeah, I'm pretty happy with progress, though, generally. We're making good progress. Exploring decently, I feel like. We're taking care of our economy, just about. Now, we got lucky, right, with the 50,000 coal. But I would have fixed it. I kind of just need a bit more population, just a little bit. But we have extra housing. The houses can all be increased. The food districts can be increased. So we're in a good spot, I think. We've got good money. So it would also be nice to just keep continuously Frostbreak. And then I'll have to just check on which resources are about to run out. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.